What's good, y'all? I'm Anthony, aka your boy Ant, and you're watching Sports Reactions. Today's episode is not typical. Typically, I'm pretty animated, I'm pretty amped, I'm pretty excited. We're watching a particular sport, whatever it is. But I just got word today, a little while ago, of something that I felt I need to react to right here with y'all here on Sports Reactions.
It's a very tragic news for the world of football, Ivan. And what we know at this hour is that a plane carrying 72 passengers, including members of Chapecoense, a Brazilian soccer team, and 9 crew members, crashed southeast of the city of Medellin, Colombia.
Now, before I get into my thoughts on this whole thing, let me just read to you real quick what it is that happened. All right? The pilot of a plane that crashed late Monday while flying members of a Brazilian soccer team to a competition in Colombia pleaded to make an immediate landing because the aircraft was out of fuel, according to a record leaked to Colombian news outlets on Wednesday. The audio, first posted by W Radio of Colombia, offers a grim narration of the final moments of the doomed flight, which carried 77 people, including members from that team, and it added a new twist to the investigation of what might have caused the crash, originally thought to be electrical failure. This is in quotations. "We asked for permission to approach. We have a fuel problem," cried a voice that the radio station identified as the pilot. He later says the plane had a fuel emergency. During the 12-minute recording, the pilot also says that the plane had experienced total electrical failure and repeatedly requests flight vectors indications from the air traffic controller on how to land. The controller tries to help, but mentions other obstacles like another plane flying close by and fuel on the runway left from yet another aircraft. 9,000 feet, yells the pilot. Vectors, vectors. Shortly afterward, the plane crashed. So first of all, before I get to my reaction, I would like to say condolences. A person's immediate thought, after hearing something like this is who's to blame? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's at fault? Like, when something tragic like this happens, your immediate thought is like, what happened? Whose fault is it? Why did this happen? But that shouldn't be the case, man. To me, the immediate thought should be 71 lives are no longer on this earth, and that by itself alone is cause to pause. It's cause to say, man, let me just say a prayer for those families. Let me say a prayer for those people who are hurting right now. To me, it's news. To some of you guys, it's news. To people who are experiencing that, this isn't news. This is real life. Life is not promised for tomorrow. So I think the first thought for me is just to reflect on those people whose lives have passed and really show a lot of love and attention towards the families who were affected by it. That's number one. So then once you get to that and through that process, then the next step is looking at what happened and looking at the facts here, right? So you have a plane, you have you guys detect this is my personal opinion on it, okay? You guys have yours, and I would actually like to know what you guys' opinion is. So as I'm talking, go ahead and drop a comment down, or when I'm done talking, drop your comment down and let me know what you guys think of this situation. But my thoughts, all right, your boy Ant, my thoughts is this. I don't see how permission is not granted for a plane to land in a situation where a plane is about to crash. I don't get it. Like, you can go to the point of saying, you know what, that pilot should not have been flying that plane without enough fuel on that plane that is needed to be in the air and to fly. I get that 100%, and I agree with you 100%, right? But it happened, right? It happened. It just happened. For whatever reason, they were in the air, they didn't have enough fuel, it happened, okay? Now you're in a whole nother situation where, okay, you're in the air now. Now it's time to figure this thing out. And there is no reason that I can think of that you cannot say to a plane that is about to crash holding 77 people, you can't land. There's not a situation. I don't care if there's fuel on the freaking ground. I don't care if there's other planes around. You figure something out, because guess what? Those other planes that are around, they probably have enough fuel to stay in the air a little while, move out of the way, and let another plane who is about to crash land. I don't care if there's oil on the freaking the runway. Who gives a crap? You figure something out. You let them land in the grass next to that. You clean it up quick. I don't care what you have to do. I personally don't see any reason why you do not make extra special effort to clear whatever the freak you gotta clear so that this plane can land. You guys, there's no reason why this should have happened, in my opinion. You guys, I can't imagine what it would be like to be a passenger on that plane. You know, we don't even know if the passengers knew what was going on. We don't know. We don't know if they were in there. It just, the pilot knew. The pilot was up there talking, but we have no idea if the passengers knew what was happening. You know, there may have been people on that plane who was just sleeping, maybe reading a book, maybe watching something on their phones, or whatever the case may be, talking to each other. They may not have had any idea what's going on. But whether they knew or didn't know, the fact is that they were, at the moment of that plane about to go down, terrified. It's sad because the last moments on earth that those 77 people, or the 71 who died, had was terror. That is unacceptable to me. That is unacceptable when it was preventable. You guys, you don't get that? Like, it's preventable. Everything that happened was preventable. And it caused these 71 people their whole life flashing before their eyes, thinking about their family, thinking about their friends, thinking about their children, thinking about their life. At that moment, you guys, they could care less about football. At that moment of knowing that their plane is going down, they didn't care about football. They didn't care about the game going to Columbia. They didn't care about that game. They cared about their life. They cared about their family. They cared about God. They cared about whatever it is that's most important to them in their life. Right now where I'm at, you guys, it's 1:40 in the morning. And I just had to get up here and I had to say this. I had to talk to you guys about this, man, because I feel horrible about it. I feel horrible about it. I sent up my prayers to the family, friends, and loved ones of everybody involved. I hope that you guys do the same. But I thought this deserved a conversation. I thought this deserved me to be able to share my thoughts and also be able to hear your thoughts, man. So please do me a favor, you guys. Hit the comment section and just let me know what you guys think of this situation. Just share your general thoughts on this whole thing, you guys. I want to hear it. I want to read it. So I know typically we have a lot of fun on this channel, you guys, but I thought right now is just a moment that we just need to reflect. Talk about this. Let's conversate, man. I want to read you guys' opinions on this, so I'm going to be looking at you guys' comments. Be sure to leave those comments right there. Let me know what you think of maybe my opinion on it. Whatever it is, man, I don't really care, you guys. Let's just talk about it at the same time, keeping their family, friends, loved ones in prayer. And, you know, right now, you guys, this is not about subscribe. This is not about like this video. This is not about none of that. I'm going to just leave right now with a moment of silence for the people on the flight who passed. May God bless their soul.